Every airline in the world is competing for passengers. They build lounges, hire architects, and argue over the color of a napkin. And then they roll a $200 million aircraft onto the runway, painted the same color as every competitor at every gate, on every continent, across every decade. White. Not a coincidence, not an accident. The most deliberate default in the history of commercial aviation. Airlines are not cautious about spending on image. Emirates committed billions of dollars to retrofitting its passenger cabins. Singapore Airlines hired French couturier Pierre Balmain to design its cabin crew uniforms. These are not companies that economize on appearances. And yet the largest canvas they own, a fuselage the length of a city block, gets the same color as a hospital wall. The relevant question is not why white looks boring. It is why white keeps winning against every other option, on every continent, across every budget tier, for decades. The most common explanation begins with physics, and physics is also where the explanation typically stops. A parked jet sits on black tarmac under direct sun for hours at a time. A dark fuselage absorbs that radiation. The cabin heats up, the air conditioning works harder, and the aircraft's skin expands unevenly. Increasingly, that skin is made of carbon composite, the material used in the Boeing 787 and Airbus A350, which handles thermal cycling less tolerantly than aluminum. White reflects the majority of solar radiation before it becomes the aircraft's problem. It is standard engineering. What the textbooks do not quantify is how much fuel white paint actually saves per flight compared to a dark livery. The number exists, but no airline publishes it in isolation because it is tied to specific routes, ground temperatures, turnaround times, and aircraft types. The thermal benefit is genuine. The precise magnitude is not publicly established. Heat alone is half the story. The other half is measured in pounds and dollars. A full paint job on a Boeing 747, once dried and cured, weighs roughly 600 pounds. On an Airbus A380, the world's largest passenger jet, the paint alone crosses 1,000 pounds weight that is carried into the stratosphere on every departure for the next 20 years. Applying that paint costs real money. Around $50,000 for a narrow body like a Boeing 737, and between $175,000 and $300,000 for a wide body. Depending on the complexity of the design, airlines track repaints as capital expenditures, schedule them carefully, and defer them as long as structurally possible. Across a large fleet, the difference between routine and off-cycle repaints runs into millions. There's a common misconception in how this story gets told. White paint is not meaningfully lighter than colored paint. Pigment is a trace element in aerospace coating. The weight difference between white and deep red, gallon for gallon, is negligible. The real weight variable is not the color, it is the complexity of the design. A simple scheme requires fewer coats and fewer passes. A livery with gradients, pinstripes, and layered colors requires more. More paint means more weight, more fuel burn, and more cost, compounding across thousands of flights. White wins partly because simple white schemes tend to be the lightest schemes, not because white itself is inherently light. White also holds an advantage on the resale side of the equation. Roughly half of the global commercial aircraft fleet is leased. A jet flying under a United livery may belong to a Dublin-based leasing company. These aircraft are financial instruments depreciating assets passed between operators over a 25-year service life. When a lease expires, the lessor wants the aircraft returned in a condition that allows it to be reassigned quickly and affordably. The best base color for an asset intended for releasing is the one that costs the least to overpaint. A white jet can be re-liveried for a new operator quickly and at low cost. A boldly painted aircraft has to be chemically stripped first, adding time, labor, and accumulated weight if the stripping is incomplete. American Airlines spent 45 years testing the limits of that logic. Since 1968, the airline flew bare, polished aluminum fuselages designed by Massimo Vignelli, no paint at all. It was not purely aesthetic. Bare metal eliminated the weight of paint entirely, making American's aircraft among the lightest skinned jets in commercial service. The constraint that ended the bare metal era had nothing to do with branding. American began taking delivery of hundreds of new aircraft built from carbon composite, and composite cannot be polished to a mirror finish the way aluminum can. The bare metal look was no longer physically achievable.
Hi, I'm Tom Horton.
In January 2013, CEO Tom Horton unveiled a fully painted livery, the airline's first redesign in more than 4 decades, and the end of one of the last bare metal fleets in commercial aviation. There is also an unexpected safety dimension, one that touches on bird strikes. Researchers analyzing real strike records found that brighter aircraft were associated with lower bird strike rates, suggesting that a more conspicuous fuselage gives birds slightly more time to detect and avoid an approaching aircraft. Purdue researcher Esteban Fernandez-Urisic has demonstrated that increasing the visual conspicuousness of an approaching vehicle improves avoidance behavior in birds. That finding is correlational, not established as direct cause and effect. No study has demonstrated that repainting a fleet white would produce a measurable reduction in strikes. But it is one more factor alongside heat reflection, repaint cost, fade resistance, inspection visibility, and resale value that aligns with the same answer. The vectors do not all point the same direction by coincidence. In early 2025, the pressure to reduce paint weight moved into the chemistry of the paint itself. easyJet had begun applying a new, lighter weight formulation, developed with coatings manufacturer Mankiewicz across its fleet. The weight saving per aircraft was 27 kilograms, roughly equivalent to a single checked suitcase. Applied across 38 aircraft, and eventually the full fleet, easyJet projected annual savings of 1,296 tons of fuel and 4,095 tons of carbon dioxide. The industry had moved beyond simply selecting the lightest practical color. It was now reformulating the chemistry of the coating to recover weight measured in dozens of kilograms per aircraft. The full picture is less tidy than the surface answer suggests. White was not a failure of imagination. It was the answer that physics, accounting, safety, and leasing markets independently produced, and the airlines that resisted it, like American, ultimately yielded to forces that had nothing to do with preference. The most visible design decision in commercial aviation, the color of the aircraft itself, turns out to be one of the least free. An airline can paint a jet any color it chooses. The economics of doing so consistently argue against it. The airlines that do break from white, the black jets, the bold liveries, are not evidence that the economics of white are a myth. They are evidence of the opposite, that some carriers are willing to pay a premium in fuel costs, repaints, and resale friction that most of the industry determined it could not absorb. The pale, unremarkable color on every tarmac in the world is not the absence of a decision. It is the result of one made quietly, repeatedly, and for reasons that compound every time the aircraft leaves the ground.